What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. Why you always lying? So there's this article about how much it costs to be single and live in every state. So roughly between $30,000 to $40,000. I think before taxes. I wanted to say that they said. Before or after taxes. I want to say before, though. I could be wrong, so don't hold me on that. But when I'm looking at it, the math was off to me because it was saying like, oh, housing will be like $8,000, $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 in these states so you can survive. And I'm like, wait, bro. Wait. Because they're like, California, you need like $38,000. I'm like, wait. I know y'all counting the whole state, your whole state. So maybe we should just reel it into where most Americans are at is in metropolitan areas. What they say a single person can afford in a state in America, they cannot afford in a metropolitan area in America. See, you can $38,000, you can live okay if you're single with no kids in California. But that don't go for LA. You know what I'm saying? That don't go for San Francisco. That don't go for Oakland. That doesn't go for Sacramento. That doesn't go for San Diego. You see what I'm saying? Probably don't even go for Fresno. Probably don't even go for Stockton. New York. New York City? No. Buffalo? No. You know what I'm saying? Washington. That's not happening in Seattle. Oregon. That's not happening in Portland. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm looking at this. Nevada, that's not happening in Las Vegas or Reno. Arizona, that's not happening in Phoenix. In Tucson, it's not happening. So I'm like, Illinois, not happening in Chicago. Not happening. Not Springfield, no. Probably not Peoria, no. And the other thing I was thinking about when I was looking at the article, I'm like, you got housing in there. Because I'm like, it's an average, you know what I'm saying, a median. And but I'm thinking to myself, like, well, y'all don't have people's students' loans involved in this. So even because the rent looks so retro by saying like $8,000, $9,000 a year, I'm like, no, because rent it went up. Rent is a 1-bedroom. I hate to say this, but I would say out here in Houston, it's probably $1,000 at this point on average. So that's $12,000. Not to mention your student loans. If you're single and you got no kids, you probably got student loans or credit card. So even if you made $38,000, $40,000 after taxes, that's what? How much of that goes to your rent, which is normally like 50%? You know what I'm saying? Because at this particular point, your people's rent in average in America, rent or mortgage, whether they like to say it or not, is probably somewhere between 40% to 50% of your income, take home income. You know what I'm saying? So when it used to be like use one check to pay off all your bills. Now most people can't afford to do that. And then you add the student loans, then you add the credit cards, then you add the bills, utilities and so on and so forth. And I'm like, this is unaffordable. It's unaffordable. Not to mention all these vices that keep coming out with everybody. It's like, it's unaffordable. Not to mention making kind of mandating health insurance, and people sometimes can't afford that. Not affordable. Not to mention the younger you are, the higher amount of car insurance you pay. Unaffordable, especially men. You know what I'm saying? Unaffordable. Not to mention the dating aspect. Unaffordable. And you wonder why people are getting married later and having kids later, because they can't even afford to take care of themselves for real now. And the irony of that is you got, like, I would say 2-3 generations of people on student loans, because you got to remember the last president, no, take it back. 2 presidents, President Obama, he was paying student loans before he had a bestseller. So he was in his 50s, you know what I mean? So you got to take that generation, because that generation is still paying student loans and their kids are paying student loans, and possibly, the kids are having kids, they got grandchildren, but their children are still paying student loans. And sheesh. So your family doesn't have the financial support system that it once did. So this idea that you need this amount of money is ridiculous. Not to mention, look at the cost of everything else, the cost of cars and this, that, and the third. Everything is exceedingly high. A used car costs just as much as a new car. This is not good. It's not good. But that's my thoughts. Tell me what y'all think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.